I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. First of all, I want to thank you for all the calls from different parts of the world, particularly the Igbo brethren from all over the world you've been calling. God bless you. I also thank those of you who have subscribed to this channel, who share my videos in Kenya, Uganda, Ethiopia, Zambia, St. Martin, Jamaica, United States, the UK, and all over the world. I sincerely appreciate you for all you do. Please keep sharing these videos. This is our faculty. In fact, we are raising a faculty for the Apoki Business School. Thank God I have the land. I've started building. I'm going to open a business school. So, I've been discussing with people. Sometimes I don't just come here to talk. I do investigations. I do research. I ask questions. I observe. Like when I talked about aging, I discussed with a lot of people of my age bracket, observed them and all that. Now, why do Africans, particularly Nigerians, like flamboyance, grandiosity, or like big things? Somebody shared a video of pastors that were going in convoys, and she was saying that these pastors can hardly open their car doors for themselves. Let me tell you the truth. I have been in situations where as you enter the car, the driver of the car presses the central lock, and you can't even open the car to come out if you want to come out. So some of these people are not proud. It's just the way Nigerians relate with people who they consider as important as celebrities. If I want to sit in the front seat, they will say, no, you must sit in the back seat. That my boss will be angry, my principal will be angry. But even if I am with my driver, I sit in the front seat. Some of the people coming to carry me to go preach, some of them are far, far richer than I am. Somebody was carrying me. He was a retired military officer. He has a shipping company. They built a beautiful house. He said, I must sit behind. And the police convoy will follow you. The siren will follow. You can't stop them. You can't decline. You want to carry your Bible, they will say, no, they must carry the Bible. That's the way our brains have been configured. I agree that people like Peter Obi carry their own luggages and all that. But most times, people still accord respect and honor to him that him on his own will not have wanted to do. So why do we like this flamboyance, this showmanship, Nigerians in particular? Number one, from our Colonial Masters. When the Governor General, I saw Asari Dokubo wear one cap with a feather like the Governor General that his father saw or his grandfather saw in Opobo, Buguma, and all those areas where they come from. There was the way the Governor General dressed, and our forefathers bowed down to them, even carried them on their shoulders, carried the Colonial Masters on their shoulders. And so, we are neo-colonialists with dark skin. We replace them in our minds. And so, any little elevation we have, we are seeing ourselves in the light of those people, particularly those who became premier, who became whatever, who became traditional rulers that worked with the Colonial Masters. We have this mentality of royalty will dress, somebody will hold a sword. When royalty wants to sit down, they will use their robes to form a circle so that they won't see him sitting down. Or royalty will carry so many things on their bodies and all that. That's royalty, that's our culture. But if you are not royalty, why don't you live a simple life? So this grandiosity, we now saw in the religious circles, the bishops, the popes, the the people that Monsignors and all that in the Catholic Church, in the Anglican Church, Methodist, Presbyterian. We saw some degree of glamour around them. And now that we black people are now in charge, we want to replicate what we saw. And that is a problem in an economy where there are predominantly poor people, where we are not very productive. The next thing is I pass my neighbor mentality. There's a generator called I pass my neighbor. Because of poor electricity supply in Nigeria, there are these small Honda generators, Tiger generators that came that were very cheap. You just put 4 liters of fuel, you pull it and you start. You will have electricity your neighbor won't have. The sound of your generator will be disturbing your neighbor. I better pass my neighbor. I am better than my neighbor. So this mentality of trying to feel superior to your neighbor based on your possessions or on what you advertise, it is a sign of emptiness of the mind, where people don't value character, where people don't value productivity, people don't value integrity, people don't value responsibility, people only value what they can see and what money can buy. That is a very poor society. The next reason is the hedonic treadmill. Hedonic treadmill. A treadmill is that thing that you walk on to be doing exercise, and you are walking, but you are not moving. You are not going anywhere. You are not progressing. You are just there, sweating. So the hedonic treadmill is, I see somebody buy a car. I want to buy the latest model to tell him I have gone further than you. I see somebody buy a dress. I want to buy a more expensive one. I want to buy something that I will wear to intimidate my neighbor. But for people like us, those things don't really matter. I went to preach in Nasarawa Road Assemblies of God Church. I was invited by the Assemblies of God men, the national body of Assemblies of God men. And Barrister Zuka of blessed memory was the men's director then. I got there and I sat down. I told you I was the guest speaker. The usher refused. He said, I don't look like guest speaker. Me, I sat down. I told him I'm the guest speaker. You believe it or not. We'll be waiting. They were waiting for me. I was waiting for them. I was looking at the altar. The altar is very high. And Barrister Zuka will be cited me. That's the person we are waiting for. And I came with the cloth I wore. I spoke. Oh, the pastor was overwhelmed. And he went and booked Havila Hotel for me in Kigo Extension. And I stayed. It wasn't the dress that spoke. It was what came out of me, the content, not the carton. Somebody was invited by a church. I won't mention the church. And he didn't drive like us. I'll be going to Port Harcourt. I don't drive. I don't drive long distances. I go with public transport. So he came with public transport and they called him. Where are you? He said, I'm by EcoBank. Okay, what's the color of your car? I said, no, I didn't come with car. And you'll see me with a suit bag and a box. They got there and put him inside the car. And as they were going, they managed to open the back door for him. He sat down. As they were going, these wicked church people started discussing. They said, we are supposed to teach humility, value humility, but we promote grandiosity and stupidity. They said that the hotel room we booked for this man is like it's too big for him. Maybe we should have booked a smaller room. They were speaking their language. They didn't know that man understands the language. The language they were speaking is not the indigenous language of the people. This happened in Delta State. They were speaking a language of another tribe, one of the major tribes. And said the hotel room we booked for this man is too big for him. We should have booked a smaller room. And they got to the hotel. The man now greeted them in their language. It was as if the earth should swallow them. But the man preached very well, and they were blessed, and testimonies followed. That is one of the reasons we like grandiosity. We like to respect people for the sizes of their cars, their clothes, and all that. We like dress the way you want to be addressed, even if there's nothing inside your head. I remain your friend Jare, Dr. Charles Apoki. God bless you. Help share this video and subscribe to my channel and send me a message on +234 7052 136763. Don't look at me like that. I'm a very shy person. God bless you.